The civil rights movement was a movement that fought for the rights of black people, mainly in the US. When you hear the civil rights movement, you think of Martin Luther King's I Have a Dream speech, but that was only the beginning of a much bigger movement. The Civil War had ended black slavery, but there was still racism against black people, and people still thought that black people shouldn't have rights.
In 1877, there were laws put in place called Jim Crow laws. Jim Crow laws were laws to put black people down. These laws made it so that blacks had to use different bathrooms, water fountains, and they would have to give up their seat to a white person on a bus. In some states, they weren't even allowed to vote. For example, one law said that it shall be unlawful for a Negro and white person to play together or in company with each other at any game of pool or billiards.
Even 23 years later, 90% of suburban white people lived in a community with a non-white population of less than 1%, and now today, in 2018, 31% of police shootings in the US are black people. Today, black people have all the rights that white American people have in law, but in reality, there are still areas of inequality in America. Blacks can vote, become professional sports players, and as you saw in 2008, it is possible to have a black president.
But it's not all good. While black people may make up 12% of America's population, 37% of the prison population is black people, and 40% of the incarcerations each year are black people. The average income for a black person is $34,600 a year. That's $94 a day. African Americans are still struggling to make their way into American society.
People may think that the world is a place free of racism, but in reality, we have many more steps and more potential to create a world completely free of this discrimination.